Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm here with my golden wife, Laura.
And I'm here with my baking husband, Nathan.
And we're here to bake some delicious golden Gaytime brownies from Greens.
We sure are. So Greens is a brand that makes a lot of cake mixes, although they have branched out to well beyond cakes
Muffins
these days.
and all sorts of interesting things.
Yes, and they've done a collaboration with Golden Gaytime, the ice cream. We've picked the brownie, but there are 3 other varieties as well.
Which Laura has at her fingertips.
I've got what they are. I don't have them physically. So there is a crumb cake, a Golden Gaytime crumb cake mix, a Golden Gaytime brookie mix, and a Golden Gaytime mousse mix as well. But we thought the brownie was probably the most convenient one for us.
Yeah. Mix, put into a tray, bake.
Exactly. Although that said, there are multiple layers. So we have a brownie layer for which we need 2 eggs, some butter, and a slice pan to put them in. We then have a toffee flavoured icing to go on top, which needs some butter and milk added to the mix. And then there's their crumb.
Their classic, iconic crumb.
Exactly. So we're going to bust into this.
Now, I got this from Coles in Australia. I'm not sure if it's available elsewhere.
Woolworths sells them as well. However, the Woolworths website, at least for us in our area, is not showing the brownie. It's only showing the other 3, so that's a bit random, but they do sell them.
So here we have just the brownie mix.
Fairly standard.
We have the toffee icing mix. You can see sort of the toffee bits in there.
You can, that'll be interesting.
And I think that may be the crumb.
I think it might be. So the Golden Gaytime crumb, that's going to sit on top of the icing. Although this looks like a very thick icing.
I don't reckon it's going to be that thick, but then again, I suppose it depends on what sort of tray you put it in.
Well, no, I don't. I mean, just like it's not like a soft, smooth icing. Like that's a fairly solid-looking icing. Is more what I meant.
It'll be interesting to see what it's like when we make it.
Yeah. So we're gonna mix it up. We might show you just a couple of short bits along the way, but we're not gonna show us cooking it all because it is just a pretty straightforward
Put
packet
it in, mix, bake. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. If you want to pause and see the full set of instructions, they are just there, and hopefully it works.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. So we have mixed together the brownie mix portion of this with the 2 eggs and I think it was 80 grams of melted butter. Yep. It's very pale. Hopefully it'll brown up more when it cooks to more of this colour because it's very, very pale at the moment. And we have a greased and lined pan. Nathan's just looking at me, not saying anything.
Well, I was about to say, it smells very vanilla-y. It doesn't really smell like what I expect a brownie batter to smell like.
No, it's a very odd smell. It's kind of a vanilla extract sort of smell. There's only 1% cocoa in it, so I don't think it's going to be particularly chocolatey.
No, I think the main point of this is the icing and the crumb at top, and I think it's just their standard sort of basic brownie mix for the bottom.
I guess so. I've never had a Greens brownie mix. Alright, so we're going to pour this into our prepared pan. It's 160 degrees Celsius for us. We have a fan forced oven, so that's what it says to set it to. So we're going to bake this for half an hour, 30 to 35 minutes, and then they need to cool completely in the pan, and then we'll get onto the icing.
One more thing I'll mention, I tried a little bit of the batter. It's really, really sweet. I don't know if you've tried it, but I mean, sweeter than what I'm expecting from a brownie mix.
Brownies are pretty sweet.
It's even sweet for me.
Alright.
It's done.
Yes. So we baked it for it only needed the 30 minutes. Then the icing was just the icing mixture, butter and milk all mixed up. It was really runny.
It was. So we've actually had this in the fridge for a little bit because it was going to be impossible to basically cut without it sort of going everywhere.
It was oozing, yeah. So you were meant to mix the icing mixture with the butter and the milk in it until it was combined, and then mix it for another 2 minutes on medium with an electric mixer. I haven't taken that side down, sorry. I just think it was too much. I think just combining it would have been better because it was a reasonable consistency then. Doing the extra 2 minutes of mixing seemed wrong, but I thought, no, we're reviewing the product. I shall follow their instructions, and it got us runny, weird looking icing. So
it's also not nearly as thick as what it looks like on the box either.
The icing.
No.
See, we'll cut into it in a minute, but there's quite a thick thick layer of icing. Oh, no.
No, even the camera's like, nah, it's too thick.
There's a thick layer of icing there underneath the crumb. It's just not that thick in real life, so...
But it does, the colour-wise of the actual brownie and everything, does look pretty similar to what it looks like on the box.
Yeah, I'll give them that. Although I think it's a bit lighter still as well. But look, with the mixing of the icing, I would definitely recommend you use your own judgment. If you think it looks mixed, stop, because the extra 2 minutes did not help. And had I been making this, I stuck my finger in it. Had I been making this not for a review, I would have stopped. I wouldn't have done the 2 minutes.
Follow the instructions to make sure we give it the fairest chance.
I don't think I quite, excuse my hand, I don't think I quite got through all
We're trying
that.
to get a nice cross section.
Yeah, because it's been in the fridge, it is a little bit firmer than it should be. Oh, it's also stuck to the baking paper. I was trying to get like the whole half so we could... Oh, that's stuck badly. Okay.
It's close. Oh, I hear paper ripping.
Oh no, I just want to get this off so we can show you the middle.
There we go.
Alright, do you want to move that aside?
Oh, it's heavy.
I haven't cut it very well either, so there is some icing running down there in the middle. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, almost the colour on the box. I wouldn't say it's exact by any means. The icing is definitely thinner than it indicates on the packaging, but come on, when are these ever 100%
I just got some
accurate?
paper towel since it's quite sticky. But I mean, for a packet mix, it's reasonable. It looks similar to what it looks like on the box.
Yeah. Should we try somewhere in the middle rather
Yeah.
than like the edge bits? You can probably see the icing is still fairly soft. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Take a bit out of here.
Is it going
maybe,
to taste
somewhere.
like Golden Gaytime though?
Well, that's really the main thing, isn't it?
It smells like it. Like it smells like the crumb of the Golden Gaytime ice cream.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's quite moist still.
Oh, it's chewy.
It's not a brownie.
I'm not really sure what I'd classify it as.
I mean, I know you can get obviously lots of varieties of brownies, but generally a brownie would be chocolatey in some way.
Well, it's definitely not chocolatey.
Not even close.
Especially when you take into consideration like the toffee icing and the biscuit crumb, which takes up most of the flavour of the brownie. Which, did I mention, is really quite chewy, which is unusual.
No, it's a good consistency for a brownie, actually, because brownies are usually chewy. It's not like a light Eric cake, you know. It's meant to be that sort of more chewy consistency. Consistency's nice. I definitely think of a Golden Gaytime. I think they got the flavour
And
right.
the smell and the flavour is yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, the crumb tastes like the crumb. The toffee icing is very toffee forward. My biggest qualm with it is it's not really a brownie. I mean, I would have called this like a Golden Gaytime slice.
But it's not as catchy, is it?
Well, no, and I understand brownie is a very
Broad term.
broad thing that, well, no, it's not a broad term, but well recognised. People go, oh, brownies, you know, but it's kind of not a brownie. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe brownie's more just the consistency of the batter or something.
I think you're more knowledgeable about these sort of things than me.
Every brownie I've ever had has been chocolate.
I'm just thinking, and I think that is also the case for me as well. I don't recall having
we're not experts though, so someone can let us know if maybe the definition of brownie is slightly different and doesn't always have to be chocolate. But
So would you be happy
Yeah.
if this was called if it was called a Golden Gaytime slice?
it would have made more sense to me, yeah. And like I said, the instruction for the icing, I would say, you know, maybe just change that slightly.
But I mean, overall, for the product and what it's
Tasty.
going for, yeah. It's pretty good. Whether or not it's a brownie, it's up for debate. But yeah, it's actually pretty good
tasty,
for a
it's
packet mix.
sweet. Yeah, and it's the flavour that you're expecting from Golden Gaytime, so
My kids, I'm sure, are going to love it.
I'm sure. If you enjoyed watching this video, give us a thumbs up. Let us know in the comment section down below if you've tried one of the other ones, the
Mousse.
crumb cake, the mousse, or the brookies. Let us know how they were. Hopefully they didn't have like a weird runny icing in the end and it all worked out
I'd
for
be
you.
worried if the mousse had a runny icing.
You know what I mean? I just meant if there was something wrong. Well, hopefully they were all okay. Sorry, that's our phone's going off in the background. Hit that subscribe button and check back soon. We have videos every Monday and Saturday.
Sounds good.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.